All right, so we're up on air here, volume two of Golf-Topia with Scott and Julie. I'm Scott Merchant with Golf Pipeline. With me is Julie Roberts of Orion Management and Minor Park and PGA Board of Directors, big time fame. Our guest today is the CEO of Gallus Golf, Jason Wilson. Jason, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming on our program, our little Google Hangout today, and welcome to the show.
No, thank you very much, Scott and Julie. I'm excited to talk to you guys today. So thanks for the invite.
All right, so give people a elevator pitch rundown of Gallus Golf and what you guys do for the golf industry.
Yeah, sure. So it's really pretty simple. What we do is we build custom mobile apps for golf courses. So there are a lot of golf apps that golfers may use out there, like Golf Logics and whatnot, but they're really just designed for the straight to the consumer and just to use it for scorekeeping, GPS, and things like that. But what we really did with Gallus is we tried to take this with an approach from the golf course operator perspective. Is we wanted to build something that the golf course operator could use to help enhance the experience for their golfers at their course, strengthen customer loyalty, and obviously bring them back to play more golf with their friends. And so what we've developed is something that is compelling for the golfer to use. It's got great features like GPS, scorekeeping, live leaderboards. They can share on Facebook, do all these great things, but then also it's a tool for the golf course to help stay in connection with their golfers, engage them through a lot of the different great features, and really use it as a communication tool to make sure they come back out and play again.
So I'm the golf course owner operator. You find me and I don't know anything about mobile. Do you handle the whole thing top to bottom, upside down? You get some of the content from them and you guys run, you give them a suite of options and they go for it, or what's the normal process?
Yeah, I mean, basically a normal process is we do everything. And yes, a lot of the courses that we work with, kind of this is their first venture into mobile. We've worked with, close to 450 golf courses to date, and really we are trying to, really kind of introduce them, a lot of them, to this and really make sure that they feel comfortable with it. So we handle everything. Really all they have to provide us is some basic content. Their course logo, scorecard info, etc. We build everything from our end. We do all the development, submit it to Apple and Android, do all the support with those operating systems. And then they also have a really easy to use, convenient online dashboard to where they can manage their app. They can, update and manage content, news items, send out messaging, create leaderboards. I always say if they can click a mouse and they can type, they can use it. I mean, it's really that easy. So it's really set up to be very user friendly for them. Sometimes
those two things may cause small issues, but we're getting better. We're getting better in this world. So. So do you do the coding? Do you kind of oversee a team of coders? What's your role day to day as head of the outfit?
Yeah, I'm not smart enough to do the coding. I just kind of do everything else. But no, I've got a really great team that I work with here, and the great thing is that the team that I work with, they've been working in mobile since it has existed. They've been developing mobile apps and mobile web since the original iPhone was released. So they've got a lot of experience, not only in development and design, but also in how people interact with mobile and what they're looking to do. And really, the thing that we always think about is they want it to be really quick and simple and make it very easy to use. And so we've done this in a few different spaces. And so I really kind of just oversee kind of the conceptual stuff. Here's what I want to do with the app. Here's the next feature set or how we want to enhance it and do the next things. Obviously on the business side of things, sales and marketing. But everything we do in the app and all the features we think about, everything we add to it, really all comes back to the main point is, how is this feature going to help get more golfers out to our partner courses? How is it going to help engage them more? How is it going to help that aspect of it? And those are the kind of the questions we ask, every time we think about, a feature. Because trust me, I've got a whiteboard in my office with a list of features and things that we could do, and we'd love to do them all. But we really try to think about, what can we focus on the best that's going to, benefit the golf course operator. We launched a new program this season called the Gallus Tour. That's a little different, a little out there, but again, we're really excited about it. And at the core, it's designed to get golfers having fun at the courses with the app and playing more golf. And it's really leveraging the competitive nature of golf and leveraging that aspect of it to get them to come out and play more golf at our courses.
I like it. Julie,
Yeah.
do you have what question you want to hit him with?
Well, it's interesting. You guys remind me of each other a little bit. The sales and marketing guys, and you're kind of like the one-man wrecking crew of the entire operation.
Well, we were
Big guy. You implement everything.
Yeah, we were talking how Jason's a new father as well, and and he's trying to get himself out to play golf too. So it's just
Right.
my whiteboard. I don't know. I've got everybody says I have champagne taste, and we're on a Natty Light budget, in terms of development. So there's 1,000 things to do, but like Jason said, you've got to focus on the priorities. It was the same on the tee sheet and point of sale side. You're always just that one feature away from perfection, but it's never as soon as that feature comes up, the new iPhone comes out and it's got new things that you can put onto it. So
yeah, Apple, they did their big announcement today. They're releasing iOS 8, the new phones, and now we've got to think about new things that we can do with the new platforms and the new phones and all that kind of stuff. And it's exciting, but it's a challenge too, because mobile is such a evolving space and it changes so quickly that you got to stay up with it. It can be challenging as well. It's great because you can do all these new great things, but then you've got to also stay moving pretty quickly with it.
And now they've got the watch and the go ahead, Julie.
Yeah, no, so that's a really good point for course operators. For those of us in this space, in my platform, as it is.
By the way, you have a shopping cart with wine behind you. Is that what's I'm just it's a good day at Minor Park today.
Oh, there you go.
No, it's too late. You can't move it back. It's too late.
You've already seen it.
So my schedule's a little tight. I'm entertaining Matt's staff tonight, so I rolled in with the shopping cart right before my board meeting with Susie and my meeting with you guys.
Yeah, perfect.
So fast that the shopping cart came with me. Yeah. Anyway, that's funny.
Sorry to distract you. You were saying something about the mobile changing. The mobile changing.
About a professional background, and I figured this was relevant. I'm a golf pro after all.
Oh, yes,
right?
yes.
This is what PGA professionals do. So, but what we don't do is we don't keep up on technology very well, and things like updates that Apple is making and things like that. This is why it is so crucial that our partners have our best interests in mind, along with their own priorities. But one thing Scott and I haven't talked a lot about Gallus necessarily, but one thing that I've always appreciated about Gallus is the fact that the priority always seems to be on customer loyalty, which is something that just gets completely lost in what we do as golf professionals and course operators. Is that the core golfer is not our most important person. Our loyal customer is our most important person. So we see the big picture too much. I like that Gallus tries to bring things into perspective just with one simple tool. You're not trying to be everything to everyone. It's let's create a really good tool to help you as a course operator engage people and get more loyal customers and more rounds. And any partner that's going to give me more customers, more rounds of golf, more exposure in my local community, I think that's huge.
And it's got to be loyalty
and thank
beyond
you for
just
up.
It's got to be beyond just the discount. I think that was the chicken handle, which was just it was 60, let's make it 30. That means you're out of ideas. You've got nothing left for customer loyalty, and that's that's the last bullet in the gun, really, and it's oftentimes pointed at your face, unfortunately, or your teeth. You know.
Yeah.
How about a philosophical question for you, Jason? In terms of the mobile, Julie makes a good point about mobile moving fast. Right now, all of a sudden, we're at wearables, right? So Google's got Glass. I'm sure they'll come out with the watch. The Apples today with the iWatch. Is the golf industry equipped to handle all this? Are you going to handle it for them and then push it out to them? I mean, can we live in a mobile world and adapt quickly enough on the golf industry? And if not, is it just you're the subcontractor that helps make that fit for them?
Well, I think the golf industry can, if they're prepared and ready to. It just depends on are they going to embrace it? And the great thing about what we're doing, and for example, I compare it to maybe a good analogy is the on-card GPS systems. Those have been around for a long time. They a lot of them do some really great things, and some can do a lot more than we can. But it's hardware that's on your cart that lives there, and that's going to change as well. And every time that changes, guess what? That course has to change out that hardware. They got to upgrade or whatnot. The great thing about the mobile world and what we're doing is that really as things change, whether it's wearables or new devices or new functionality that's available, we're working within a platform that we can really quickly and easily shift to these new platforms. So, for example, we're not building anything right now for wearables because it's starting to come out. And, there's things, with Google Glass and Samsung and Apple's. I don't know if they announced their iWatch today or not, but
they did.
It's still relatively small compared to how many people are using a smartphone. And but if that happens, if that shift happens, guess what? It's all on a platform that we already build on. And so we can actually make that shift. We can change and support those platforms when that happens. And guess what? You, Julie, the golf course operator, don't have to worry about it. Because we are going to do that for you. You don't have to worry that I've got to go implement this new hardware, this new program or whatnot. Your customers are doing that already. They're getting the new devices, they're upgrading to the new systems, and now you have a partner that is already sort of supporting those systems, and as that trend changes. And so, and we try to keep a pulse on that. We're big on making sure that we're hitting the most, the largest audience that we can, and devoting the resources to hit that audience for our customers. And right now the wearables and the smartwatches, you may have one golfer at all of your courses, Julie, that use that today. I have a Samsung watch, so we're not going to build something for them. But once that grows, guess what? We're going to be well positioned to do that. And so we're really excited about that. We think we're positioned to really help grow this, and I'm excited about hopefully what we can do to not only for our current customers but the golf industry. I know a lot of people that sometimes I talk to, probably think I'm a little naive that we can make an impact in the golf industry, but I think there's a lot of stuff that we can do to help engage golfers, attract golfers, do something different to have them come play some more golf and do it with their friends and get them to play more. And so I'm excited about that kind of stuff and what we're able to do in the future.
So how did you start? Whose brainchild was it? You were sitting around drawing it out on a cocktail napkin one day after a round of golf, or what kind of led to the Gallus Golf formation?
Yeah, it's a funny story. I was actually a few years ago. I was out playing golf. It's before kids when I can play a lot more golf, and I was out playing golf with the guys that I now work with, and we were playing a course actually that had an app, and so we downloaded it, and we thought, we were messing around with it, and we thought, man, this is a really fantastic idea. It was a really horrible app. It didn't do anything, and basically gave you directions to the golf course, had a couple pictures, and that was it. I just started talking about, gosh, man, you could do a lot from this with this from the golf course operator kind of view. And they had the technical skills to build it. that's what they do. But they said, we need a business model that this would actually be worth it. So I kind of started going around talking to golf courses. I was doing sales for another company at the time, and just putting together a plan and in terms of the feature set and how we were thinking about designing it, and got a really good reaction. And so kind of decided to move forward, built it from a standpoint to where we can now, build a custom app for really any golf course out there fairly quickly compared to, custom app development from scratch. Usually if you go ask somebody to build you an app from scratch, it could take anywhere from 6 months to a year. It could cost you $50,000. It could cost you $100,000. We've seen organizations pay $250,000 for a custom app. I mean, it's ridiculous. So we wanted to build something that we could offer to any operator out there, make it economically feasible for them. And so we kind of took the investment upon ourselves initially to do that and build it out, and now we can go and take it out to everybody. And so we launched in early 2012. I went to the PGA show. I didn't have a booth or anything like that. Just went around and talked to people, and kind of got going from there. And it's been growing ever since.
So your business model is annual fee,
Yep.
one-time fee, monthly subscription. What do you guys do for?
Yeah, it's a one-time setup fee, and then an annual cost. And I don't really mind telling you guys on it. I mean, basically, we're very straightforward with it. We don't have a lot of hidden stuff. It's basically, for most courses, it's a $500 setup, and it's roughly about $2,400 a year annually. It breaks down to about $199 a month, and so we sometimes give some discounts if they want to pay up front and whatnot instead of on a monthly basis. But that's really it. I mean, that includes everything that we do. I mean, we're big on not just building the app and saying, here you go, good luck with it, see you later. But also making sure that our courses are successful with it afterwards. You work with an account manager from the day one of development through development. They come up with a launch plan for you to help you launch your app. We provide marketing materials and a launch plan to say, hey, here's the best practices to get the app out there and get people downloading it. And then stay in contact with them as well. I do a webinar about once every month where I invite all of our courses. I talk about usually one feature of the app, focus on, here's a reminder of what you can do with it, here's what our courses are doing with it and where they're seeing success, and some ideas on how they can use it as well, and then maybe talk about anything new that we're doing. And lately I've been talking about, our monthly challenge series, which if you guys want, I can show you. I can try to figure out how to share my screen here. It might become a little bit more visible.
Yeah, bring it up.
Okay. How do I do that here? Screen share. Awesome. All right. You guys see my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, great. So so this is our online dashboard, just to kind of help paint the picture a little bit better. But so this is what people like Julie and all of our golf courses have access to in their app, to where they can go in and quickly send out an instant message to their golfers through the push notification feature. They can set up a live leaderboard for golf outings, tournaments, update news items, do a lot of really great things. And one of the things that we just implemented this year is our Gallus Tour, which is basically, like I talked about earlier, is we're creating kind of monthly challenges that golfers can compete in, and this is all available. They can see this in the app. Actually, 90% of our users visit this from the app in a mobile version, but I'll show you on the web just because it's a little easier to see in this format. But basically, every month we create a challenge where golfers can compete on. For example, we're doing a modified Stableford challenge this month, where golfers, they just use the app to keep score. That's it. And they can rack up Stableford points throughout the month. They can compete against friends at their golf course and see who the top golfers are at their club. So in the app, they can view that. They even compete against friends across the country if they wanted to. So if they had a friend who lived in California and they're playing golf in Illinois, they could actually go play a course in their state and actually compete against each other, which is kind of neat. We even reward them with, if they hit a certain point, we give them digital badges, and then so they can earn new badges every single month. We recognize the top golfers as well. So with the top 100 golfers, they get $10 off at a coupon for $10 off at golfballs.com. So just a little something to kind of keep them engaged and keep them competing against each other through this. And then we also do sort of so that's kind of our standard monthly tournament series. And then we also do a specific challenge every once in a while as well. This month we're doing it's a team challenge, which is kind of fun. So we've actually broken up all of our courses into different regions. We broke up the U.S. by time zone here, and so it's a team competition where actual courses can compete against each other. So all the golfers playing are accumulating their total Stableford points. And we're doing a qualifying round from the 1st of September through the 15th. And then we're going to take the top 3 courses from each region, and they're going to go to the championship round and compete in the championship period as well to be the top course in the world, so to speak, at least in the Gallus Tour world. So just something that's a little different and fun, and the golfers can quickly access this, right from their app. We've got a button here, a couple ways to access it, but right on the homepage of their app, they can go in here and see how their course is stacking up on the September Showdown that's going on. They can see how they stack up on the monthly tournament series, or maybe how they stack up as the top golfers at their course. So this is just another tool that, again, is just something that is built that, again, the golf course can now leverage this to engage their golfers and just give them one more reason to come play their course. We create marketing materials for all of these things that are sent out to every single golf course. Flyers they can put up at the on the course. Graphics they can send out an email blast, and it's just another great way to get their golfers engaged and give them one more reason to come out and play the club. So anyway, just something else that's kind of neat that keeps them engaged there.
So Julie, you're using you're using the app. I believe it's at some or all of the courses there. What have you seen from the feedback of the golfer? What do you think? What do you see as their most frequented things that they're doing with it? What's kind of the real world boots on the ground concept?
Well, so I think what a lot of my golfers like about it is the ability to jump straight from the app to book a tee time. So they can go to our website and book a tee time. That was a little easier initially with, obviously, the 4Reservation software. Are we coming along with 4Up, Jason?
I haven't heard if they've mobile optimized the URL yet for us, so I'll have to check in again with them. But yeah. I know they're working on it.
Yeah.
We'll ask Joel in a couple weeks. We'll
exactly.
We'll put his feet to the fire here.
Oh, I so will. Oh yeah. So, and the cool thing about that, when I had some naysayers, so to speak, some people that came to me and said, well, I can't understand the value of that, and I thought, you can't understand the value of your logo walking around on someone's phone every day. I think it's a no-brainer compared to advertising in a magazine or a newspaper or something like that. So to me, it's just quick access to my golf course, my tee times. That's what makes me happiest. For the golfer, obviously the ability at a low-end municipal golf course like Minor Park, where I'm at, they get free GPS. So they're tickled to death. They're not the type of players that typically are going to go geek out and buy any of the gadgets that we were speaking of earlier, but they definitely have smartphones. That was probably my initial concern when we started with this, because it was pretty soon out of the gate that we started when Gallus was just getting launched. And I thought, well, gosh, I have a lot of old, people said, well, you got a lot of old guys and you got a lot of this and that. It doesn't matter. Everyone's got the phone capable to have the app, and that's been really the easiest part, is selling it to someone. People are absolutely, I don't know, they're so excited about the additional value that we're giving them for 30 to 40 bucks. When I say they can download free GPS and it's specific to my golf course and they don't have to mess with anything else, they love it. And if they don't know how to do it, then we quickly do it for them, and it gives us one more opportunity to interact with that customer in a positive way. Great.
Yeah, which is sorely lacking. That gets back to our test discussion that we had, Julie, just about the interaction between the counter and the golfer. So,
Right.
All right, Jason, what are you can take Gallus out of it, or you can pimp Gallus, I guess, depending on how you want to answer the question. What are your three best practices? If you can grab the golf course industry, by the collar and say, all right, you got to do these three things, take it away, do it, whether you do it through Gallus, whether you do it through somebody else. What are your three mobile kind of best practices that you would like for everybody to do?
I think really is just thinking, with everything they're doing, really try to think mobile first. Is what do you do, whether it's your website or any marketing campaign that you're thinking about. If you just look at the trends and the statistics, whether it's with Gallus or like your website or whatnot, just take a objective view at it and go look at it. I mean, they're doing everything here. So if you're sending out an email blast, or your website isn't mobile friendly or whatnot, if those things aren't mobile friendly, what the behavior you see is they're going to go like this, they're going to get that, and then they're going to dismiss it because they can't interact with it, they can't read it, whatever it may be. So just overall think mobile first, I think is something that's really important, and just getting their staff to be aware of that as well, so that when they're golfers who are coming in and talking to them or whatever it is in the pro shop, checking in, buying something, checking in with the starter, that they're talking to them about that as well. If it's the mobile app, if it's Gallus, that's where we've seen our courses have the most success, is when their staff is talking to them about it face to face. That's where I've seen our courses have the most success. I mean, you can send out email blasts, you can put it on your website. Those are all great things, but the staff involvement, I think, is really important. And then, the other thing that and this may not be relevant to mobile, but it's just something that always surprises me. My sort of pet peeve with a lot of golf courses that I go to is I think the golf industry in general is just focus on customer service. I mean, Julie talked about it earlier. Whether it's through a mobile app or whatnot, it's just really that customer interaction. I mean, there's such a difference, I think, when you walk into a pro shop to check in and somebody says, hey, how's it going? How are you doing? Welcome to the course today, whatever it may be. That already opens up everybody who hears that as they walk in. They feel welcome, they're ready, and then they're going to be more open to the, hey, sign up for, or download our free app, or sign up for our players program or season pass or whatever it may be. That's one of my big things that I notice, as a golfer walking into a course, when you're greeted and talked to, and it doesn't have to be a high-end resort. You don't have to be a high-end resort to give that kind of service. I think Julie's staff at a municipal golf course can do that, and I think it makes a huge difference. And I'm just surprised with I walk into so many courses and where sometimes I don't see that happen. And so even from a non-mobile perspective there, that's just one thing that I think is a very simple solution that that golf courses can take to heart and maybe bring it back out to the course again.
Oh, Julie's employees will do it, or she'll beat them over the head with an empty wine bottle. I think it's
yeah.
All right,
yeah,
so
if I get behind a contest, we are winning it. Just so you know.
I've seen that happen, actually.
But you're competitive. When did this start? When did that whole thing start?
Right?
Oh man.
We did something with the Gallus Tour, and one of Julie's golfers won it, and we actually had to contact Julie because I thought he was cheating.
Right.
And I said, hey, there's no way this guy played 5 rounds a day, like on this day and whatnot. Right. She said, no, he's got blisters on his feet from playing so many rounds of golf because he wanted to win the contest. So
wow.
So that was cool.
What's the meaning behind the Gallus logo. Like we got like an angry rooster, like ready to attack you or something like that. And I don't,
That's great.
It's funny. I'm surprised how many people don't ask that. So when we were coming up with a name for the company, we were kind of throwing out a lot of things, and I came up with Gallus. I was trying to think, Scottish roots and stuff like that. And Gallus actually means, bold and daring. And another word for it is, or meaning behind it is rooster or cockerel. And so when we were sort of just throwing that out there, one of our graphic designer friends actually created that, and he sent it to us, and we thought, oh, this is great. So, that's how it came. So it's a Gallus is another word for it, and he came up with a really cool logo, and we decided to run with it.
okay.
That doesn't really have anything to do with golf too much, but
It's Scottish. I mean, that was you had me at Scottish.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
what's the latest app you've released where you're just when you download it or put it up on your phone, you're like, man, that just looks sweet. Which one do you want anybody to go download and check out?
There is so many of them. I'm trying to think of one of the guys in our office who does a lot of the data entry and a lot of work. He'll send me some that just has some really cool stuff. We did one. It was a while ago, but we did one for a course in Hawaii that just had some really pretty imagery, and we do flyovers for courses and stuff like that, and they just had some beautiful imagery. It was Mauna Lani golf course in Hawaii, which was really nice. Something that's really I'm kind of cool and excited is we're expanding into Asia. I did a demo last night at 6:30 at night because Vietnam is 14 hours ahead of us, and it was the only time we could do it. And had a course sign up in Vietnam last night, so excited about that and kind of going east there.
Yeah, I was talking with one of the guys at a software company, and they seem to have a lot of installs in Vietnam, and he said it's like a golf paradise over there. And he said, I said I've never even heard of any sort of golf in Vietnam, but he said that there's a bunch of really nice resort courses, and it seems to be an Asian destination for resort golf. So
it is. I was looking at the website for the course, and it's beautiful. I mean, the resort looks really nice, so it's excited to get one going over there.
Might have to do some on-site training for that one.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I keep joking that I'm gonna, my friends always say, "Oh gosh, you must play all these really, great courses doing what you do," and I'm like, no, because I'm working too much. And,
start with Mauna Lani, right?
Yeah.
And then go over to Vietnam. I don't know where the wife and kids fit into that equation. I'm not here to do all of the travel planning, but just get the Hawaii, then you get the Vietnam.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Minor Park's got to be at the top of my list.
There we go. There we go. Hey, it is like nothing you've ever played. I played it when I was growing up, and now it's like a totally different golf course. Perfect conditions, great greens, good service.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the tip.
I look forward to playing it someday.
You good wine, unlimited. You're just right there. You just pour it right when you're going.
Do you get your own shopping cart along with the golf cart when you
right?
Shopping cart full of wine? Yeah.
Well, there's certainly craft beers to be had anytime you happen to be in town.
Oh gosh, same for you guys. You come out to San Diego, it's like it's like the Napa for craft beer right now. I mean, we've got so many craft beers companies popping up here. So
not to get into Matt Roberts territory, but isn't Stone out there in San Diego, Julie? Can you correct me if I'm wrong on that one?
It is true. A big destination is Russian River as well, but that is not quite San Diego. But Stone is a biggie.
Okay.
Stone is. Has he ever been to it? To the brewery?
No, it's tops on the list though.
Knowing her husband, it's right there on the list, and it's going to happen at some point soon. That would be my guess. So
if you make it out, I'll plan at least a dozen breweries you guys can hit that you guys would love.
He'll be there tomorrow.
Deal, yeah. Be careful what you do. Yeah. Be careful.
All right, Julie. Any more questions before the emergency 9, and maybe we'll get into a little rant of the week. Do you have any last questions for Jason?
No, I think that's a great segment. I think it's very informative. For those that might view this, that again, just the personal touch all the way around, whether it's at the golf course level or with a marketing partner. I think that's what, from my perspective, I think that's what makes the true difference. So.
All right, good. Well, hopefully you guys will be growing, getting bigger and better. I'm sure we'll see you at the PGA Merchandise Show. All right, so for the homage, I know you've been on Ricky's show,
Mm-hmm.
and I know you've done his lightning round or whatever he calls it. He knows I've got a problem with the name of those questions. We're calling ours the Emergency 9, which is the name I tried to give him, and he wouldn't take it. So I'm going to give you the same sort of lightning round format. That's how we're going to end it. All right, are you ready?
Okay, I think so.
All right, here we go. Here's your Emergency 9. What's your handicap?
8.
8. Solid 8? Sandbagging 8? 8 seems a little sandy.
No, it's a solid 8. It's for the half a dozen rounds I've played this year, I'm pretty happy if I go out and shoot 80. So I'm still upset when I shoot 80, just because at some point a long time ago I used to strive to break par every time, but that doesn't happen anymore. So, but that's a solid 8.
It's all right. The Pro Shop 80, 42, 38. That sounds about right. All right. Have you had a hole-in-one? How many?
I have not, and I'm really frustrated because I have a lot of friends that have played a lot less golf than I have and have had hole-in-ones, so I'm really frustrated.
Your favorite golfer to watch on TV?
He's not as prime these days, but Fred Couples has always been one of my favorite growing up. I mean, the guy just doesn't even look like he's trying.
Right.
Sweet swing. Sweet swing. All right, best course you've played?
Oh, gosh. I played I did a trip to Scotland a couple of years ago with my dad, and there's a course there called Royal Dornoch that was a real challenge, but a really pretty course. Real great course. Yeah.
I like it.
Good to know.
Speaking of Scotland, what's going to happen in the Ryder Cup here in a couple weeks? What's your prediction?
You know what? I don't know. It's a couple of those European players, they're hot right now. But I think the U.S. is going to bring it home. So.
All right. Come on. I like the bold.
Bold.
Are you the best golfer at the Gallus Golf World Headquarters?
Yes. And since nobody else is here to defend themselves, yes.
What is your best idea you've seen or heard to grow the game?
Gosh, I think I've seen the Get Golf Ready. I'm not sure if the implementation is gone as far as it could. It's something that I think has the right idea, but I don't know if it's something that has been followed up through as well as it could have.
No retention.
Yeah. It's
we may get a second rant of the week with this one. I could see it in Julie's eyes. She was ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it got the right idea, but it just it's tough. I mean, it's tough for anything to get it from way up here down to the ground level, and yeah, that's all.
Right. What would you tell the man Tiger Woods? How would you fix everything that's going on?
Gosh, see a psychologist first and get his head straight, and I think we all know what's happened with him in the last few years, and I think it's up here, and that is affecting the back, the knee, the everything. And I think he's get his head straight and get back to what he loves doing, and that's playing winning golf.
We're approaching the 5-year anniversary, if you can actually believe it, this Thanksgiving. So somebody told me that. I was like, man, seems like
of the crash.
Crash. The incident in Windermere.
The incident. Yeah.
Multiple meanings to the crash.
Yeah, that was a double crash. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, little did he know. All right, what's on the horizon for Gallus Golf? Where are you guys going next?
We're really excited about our Gallus Tour and our competition program that we're running. This was the first season that we did it, and we knew it was going to take some time to grow, but we've had a lot of success with it. Initially, we've had over 15,000 golfers participate so far, and we've got a lot of ideas to really expand it and make it really fun and interesting, both on a larger scale and also at the local scale, and the things that people like Julie can do with it at her course and really customize it for them. And so I've just got to put my selling hat on and go sell the developers on why we need to build all this new stuff and put it in there for next season. But that's really my big thing. I think it's a really great, I'm all about customer engagement, and I think it can be combining that with the mobile and the golfer and their love of competition and the ability to have it all right there and in the palm of their hand and let the golf course benefit from it. I mean, nobody benefits from people participating in this and having more fun than our golf course partners because they're getting more people playing golf and having fun at their course. And so I predict you're going to see some really fun things with our Gallus Tour program coming next year.
All right, well, go sell the developers, or just tell them, you're the CEO and that they have to do it, whether they like it or not,
Yeah.
So.
No, I know. It's always a battle.
All right, well, hey, thanks for the time. We're going to we may incorporate the rant of the week maybe earlier or later, but I offered it up the first rant of the week to Julie. She declined. I bet she's going to come up with something next week. But the quick rant. Yeah, I know you will. You'll have something. We just got to go into your drafts folder in your email box and have it. The industry rant of the week for me is this week. I don't know what the deal has been this week and the last week on the Golf Channel, and my guys over on the TV broadcast side at the Golf Channel and specifically the PGA. What are we doing running female Get Golf Ready ads on the Golf Channel? 6, 7, 8 in the morning. There's absolutely no reason for it because it doesn't need to be there. It needs to be anywhere else but the Golf Channel. It needs to be on Bravo, E, NBC, something else. It needs to be anywhere but the Golf Channel because if I'm in the room, I'm watching the Golf Channel, I'm a golfer. If my wife is in the room and I'm not in the room and the Golf Channel's on, it's only temporary until she finds the next channel that's going to be on. So let's save our ad buys. If we're trying to get juniors involved in running those TV commercials, Nickelodeon, PBS, Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, any other channel on the spectrum other than Golf Channel. That's the rant. Julie, feel free to tag on, or am I just way out of left field here? Oh, she froze.
No,
Okay.
but it's always been an with money and advertising, and so they take the easy route, which is to just sort of, I think it's more of a trade barter type thing that's going on, and so that's the simple way to get the message out, yet it's completely landing in the wrong place. So we have complained about it. We being some of the PGA professionals have said, obviously we can see the error in that. So, it's been said that will change. I just haven't seen it yet. So that's something that Pete Bavacqua and the PGA of America have to change. They have sort of, the ownership of Get Golf Ready is no longer solely PGA. It's kind of out there for anyone to use to run introductory programs. So who knows? But I don't know that all the time and resources are going to be put into that in the future.
All right. Well, Jason wants to fix it too. So.
Yeah. The only thing I'll tag on to that is that our account manager Jessica, she's trying to get more into golf, and she was asking, hey, where can I get some lessons? I know about the Get Golf Ready program because I'm in the industry. I said, hey, they got this cool deal.
I'm having connection issues.
$99 for I think 5 lessons or something like that, and And I said, go check it out, and she couldn't find it. And anyway, this is where I talk about the implementation process is, I went and looked for it, and it took me over 5 minutes to figure out where, you could even sign up for the program, here. And so anyway, that's on the implementation side of things. I was really motivated to look for it, and I finally, got to it. But if you've got somebody who's interested and wants to take part in it, wants to take advantage of it, make it really easy for them to get to it. And that's where I saw some difficulties and where there's some challenges that can definitely be improved.
I liked your analogy, Jason, kind of bringing it from up on high down to the core level. But they're onto something. It's the only reason I care. I think they're onto something, but we've got to push it into version 2.0 and really take it home.
Especially with the demographic they're trying to attract. I mean, it's all ADD today. If you can't get it in front of them in under a minute, you've lost them. And they've really got to understand that. And you got to make it really quick and easy. I mean, that's what our mantra is all the time with mobile. Make it really quick and easy, otherwise you lose them. So.
Yep. And if you see Jason and his daughter on the golf course, just let him go play golf. Don't harass him. He's trying to grow the game. Let him go. So
please let me take her out there. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, well, hey, we'll see you. We'll see you at the PGA Merchandise Show. We may see you. I'm sure you guys will be, around before that. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And you guys can go check it out at www.gallusgolf.com. And I bet you could even get Jason's number direct on there and give him a shout. So, anyway, appreciate the time, and until next week, we'll see you.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.